Hey, where's my, here's my remote. I mean, my microphone. And it's Therese with one mother and one daughter. And today is April 23rd, and today is my baby's birthday, and she's going to be 12. So I'm making the second card that I want to give her for her birthday. I'm using all her favorite colors. Favorite color is purple. But I'm here today really not to do the card, make the card in front of you or to show it. Forgive my nails. I've been really busy and I haven't been able to get them off. But anyway, I'm here today to tell the story of my daughter being born. Every year when it's my children's birthday, I always tell them about when they were born and how it was and how much I wanted them and how much I loved them and blah, 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 blah. But of all my children, Tatiana, my only girl, we had a traumatic event. Before Tatiana was born, there was a fire inside of the apartment and there was a lot of water damage. So, inside of our apartment building, not in our apartment, but it ruined so much of the other apartments that we had to move. So we had to go into a shelter, and that was really hard for me. And I was pregnant, and some of my stuff was damaged. Anyway, I put some stuff in storage and blah blah blah. Anyway, I thought it was kind of lucky that I happened to go into a shelter like 10 blocks from where I work, downtown Manhattan. And it was American Red Cross shelter, and it was really nice. And it was really nice. I mean, compared to what you hear shelters are. So, anyway, this particular day was a Monday, and my son, who was going to PS3 at the time, downtown in Chelsea or Greenwich Village or whatever they call it. But anyway, he was going to PS3, and he had what do you call it? Like, he had a presentation to be. I think it was Malcolm X, and he had to do a presentation in front of the class and everything. So we got up this morning, and I got the kids ready, and I took them to school, and I met Joshua. That's my son, my oldest son, who was doing his presentation. And I don't even think it was Malcolm X. I can't remember who he was. But anyway, I can't even remember if I was past my due date. Was I? I think I was like 2 days past my due date. I have to look at the paper. It's been 12 years. But so I get there to the school. Everything is fine. During the presentation, I started having really bad pains. And everybody was like, "Oh, you all right?" And I'm like, "I'm all right." I had two other children. This is my third child. And I was like, okay, I'm fine. I went to the bathroom. And that's when I began to get concerned, because when I wiped, it was like this dark stuff. But my water hadn't broken yet. So, the pains would come in, but it wasn't real bad. I could still walk. I just had to stop when the pains would come. So I took a cab back to the shelter, because I was in the shelter. I took a cab back to the shelter. Well, that was my plan, was to take the cab back to the shelter. On the way going back to the shelter, after leaving the school, I took the cab, and I'm like bent down. Every time the pain come, I would like bend down in the cab in pain. So the cab driver was like, "You sure you don't want me to take it?" I'm like, "I'm fine." So then he says it again, and I look up, and I'm right by my doctor's office, St. Vincent's Hospital. So I'm like, okay, well, I might as well just go in and, see what they say or whatever. So I had like my son's bag with his suit in, because he had changed his clothes. And I go in, I'm walking, I'm fine, because, I'm in between contractions. And so I'm like, well, I just want to know. I go up to the desk where I go for my clinical appointments. I'm like, well, I just want to know if I'm in labor. And then the pain hit me. So I bend down. A sharp, contractions. And the lady was like, "Yep, you're in labor. Let's go." So she took my bag. She took me across the street. And it was like I think it was like 12 o'clock in the afternoon. So it was like 12 o'clock in the afternoon. I went in. Um, yeah, I went in and anyway, make a long story short, it was really quick. I mean, it was like maybe like 3 pushes, and I had her at like 401. And when she came out, she had her arms stretched straight out. I had a birth plan, but that didn't wash because there was meconium. That's when the baby moves his bowels and moves her bowels or his bowels inside, and then they have to like suction out the mouth. So I didn't get to have her put on me. But I just can remember she had her arms stretched right out, and like she just wanted to hug me, and I just remember them taking her away and whisking her away, and then cleaning out her mouth and then bringing her back in. But when she came home, when we came home, well, to the shelter ended up being our home. Um, when I bring her home, everything was fine. She was a perfect baby. She slept a lot. I actually had to check on her to make sure that she was okay because she just was really quiet. But one night, I was breastfeeding her, and she just started to choke, and I just got really nervous. And I didn't know, like, okay, this is American Red Cross Shelter. I didn't know, if you have a problem, whatever, you call down on the phone and they come up or whatever. But, I started hitting her on the back. And, like, some milk was coming out, but not a lot. But her eyes were starting to roll up in the back of her head, like she couldn't get the breath. So I'm frantic. So I'm on a ninth floor. I run down 9 flights of stairs, and all I have on is a bra and a pajama pants with like one breast out, and I'm just like running down the stairs with my baby. And by the time I got downstairs, like she was like turning colors or whatever, and yeah, I just sat down on the stairs and I handed them my baby, and I'm like, she's not breathing, and every time I think about it, just anyway, so they performed CPR on her, and it was 2 people there at the time. It was like a night shift because it was really quiet, and they called the ambulance, and we went to the hospital, and she was fine. She spit up the milk and everything, but okay, um, that was just like, every time when I think about it, I'm happy because my baby's up, but it just brings back like so many memories. So I was like, when I came to, it's kind of funny because, well, not funny, but it's that when you come down from the second floor to the first floor, okay, all the floors are bare, but when you get to the second floor to the first floor, it's like carpeted. So it's like I didn't really know what floor I was on when I was coming down the stairs. I knew I couldn't take the elevator. I knew that if I called them, I even picked up the phone, that if I called them, they might not get up in time. So I just like threw the phone down, and I'm running down the stairs, and I knew like by my feet hitting the carpet that I was on the second floor to the first floor. So when I got downstairs, I just sat down on the floor and handed them my child. And they just went to work on her, and I actually could remember after the ambulance came and she started breathing and stuff, they never even handed her to me. They took her like straight to the ambulance. I could just remember, like there was like this elevator guy. He was always like really strange to me and stuff, and he was just looking at me like, why is he staring at me? And then I looked down and I was seeing that I had no shirt on. I can remember the female. Her name is Tawana. The man's name is Edmund. Actually, he didn't look at me, but I remember her fixing me, like touching me, and I just didn't get that. But I know afterwards. But Um, I'm like, why is he looking at me? And I looked down and I realized I had no shirt on. So um, the lady gave me her jacket. And that's what I actually, can I get some time, please? I'm recording. And that's what I actually went to the hospital with. So, yeah. When I bring her back, like, I didn't want my baby to have a pacifier. But everything after that made me, real wary of, her not, breathing. So I got her pacifier. That way I would know, I could hear her sucking on the pacifier and I would know that she was still breathing. She's a really, really good baby. She learned everything very fast. By the time she got to kindergarten, excuse me, she knew her ABCs, 1, 2, 3s, and most of her address. She knew her telephone number. She can write her name. Um, yeah. So today she's 12. Sorry, that's my phone. Yeah, so today she turns 12, and every year, like I said, I always think about them because they saved my baby. And I have written to talk shows, not constantly because sometimes you get discouraged and you give up. But I have written and tried to get what I would like to be done. Maybe this is a little selfish. I would like every year, I've seen them give like things away to people like this. But I would like for every year on my daughter's birthday to be able to go with these people, these two people and their families to Disney World just so that they can see how much she's grown and how well she's doing. And, I'm just really grateful. I just want them. The thing is that in all of these years, I hadn't been back to the American Red Cross, but like last year, I went back and I actually happened to be in the area, and I went back, and I actually talked to Tawana. Eggman is not there anymore at the American Red Cross, but Tawana is. The thing is that we were on, because this happened and they had saved my baby. We actually was on Channel 9 News when it happened, and we were interviewed at the American Red Cross headquarters, like maybe a couple days after it had happened. So, I mean, this was something that did go national. Maybe some people seen it. So, um, yeah, I would, if anybody seeing this and could do something for these people who saved my baby. I mean, it might not be a big deal to you, but it's a big deal to me because they saved my baby. My only daughter, my child, and yeah, so that's the story of Tatiana. That's how she came to be, and that's what happened. So, yeah. Tatiana, this is your story. Now it's on video, and it is, you could just go on here anytime and be on there for the rest of your life and show your kids, and what happened. So, you're here, and I love you so very much.